Sup guys, AJ here, and in this video I'm going to explore how Yorkshire Tea and PG Tips are marketing their products to consumers. This is the first video I'm posting to this channel, so any constructive criticism would be fantastic. I plan to make much more content over the coming weeks. Thanks.
Every Friday, while Mum made the tea, I'd go down to meet Dad, which stopped off at Mr. Going home to tea with him. It was always a real spread. I drink Yorkshire tea nowadays.
Yorkshire tea, like tea used to be.
Rugman!
Well, Yorkshire Tea and PG Tips are two of the biggest players in the UK's black tea market. Charles Edward Taylor founded Yorkshire Tea in Harrogate way back in 1886. This was just 1 year after the Benz Patent motor wagon was built, regarded as the first ever production car. Anyways, Yorkshire Tea was purchased by Betty's and Taylor's Group in 2017. They too are local to Yorkshire and are recognisable from their famous Betty's tea rooms dotted exclusively around the Yorkshire landscape. In 2019, over 2 million people alone visited the 6 tea rooms, and the group had a turnover of £208 million. PG Tips was founded 17 years earlier than Yorkshire Tea, just 60 miles away in Manchester. Founder Arthur Brook had originally named the company Brook Bond & Co. There was no one named Bond at the company, he just thought it sounded better. And then in the 1930s it formally became known as PG Tips. The company was later purchased in 1984 by multinational Unilever, which today also owns another popular tea brand called Lipton. Nevertheless, both tea manufacturers have carefully devised a recipe best suited to both the local weather and water. If you didn't know, then parts of Yorkshire has what is known as hard water, because it displays high levels of minerals, calcium and magnesium, whereas Manchester exhibits soft water. Alright, now you understand a bit about their position. Just briefly, I want to touch on their social media pages. At first glance, they have a similar following on YouTube. However, where Yorkshire Tea really excels at is its Twitter handle. They have 185,000 followers and regularly engage with their audience. And whereas PG Tips, they don't seem to be doing much, and that lack of energy and enthusiasm is really mirrored throughout their advertisements. I mean, scroll back 5 years and PG Tips were everywhere, advertising on social media and TV, heavily pushing their mascot, and on a similar level so is Yorkshire Tea, emphasising what it is to be Yorkshire and why their brand is best. Fast forward to today, however, and it's a much different story. You see, Yorkshire Tea have invested heavily in their marketing campaigns. They've brought in a variety of celebrities who were born and raised in Yorkshire to endorse their products. For example, in 2019, Sean Bean, who starred as a Bond villain in GoldenEye, delivered a passionate speech in the company's head office.
And do it for each other! Do it for yourselves, but most of all, do it for Yorkshire!
And don't forget Dynamo, another Yorkshire lad that used his levitating powers to reach tea bags, which I don't doubt captured the younger demographic's attention.
Yeah?
Sorry, just need the one. Magic. Off you pop.
This rather humorous way of marketing their products isn't really matched by their competitors. Also, notice the abundance of brand placement throughout. And this is also what Yorkshire Tea seem to be very good at. I mean, they use genius nomenclature such as
Proper rules.
Yorkshire Tea, where everything's done proper.
which is definitely a Yorkshire thing, and serves as another reminder who they're targeting. Of course, every now and again they poke some fun at their neighbouring competitor PG.
We think you can. Every year on the 1st of August, the whole country celebrates Yorkshire Day, even Lancashire. Replace the national anthem with On Ilkley Moor Bar Tat and Eccles cakes to be outlawed. Here, I thought you were born in Manchester.
All of this brand consistency works, and it taps into an important part of the consumer psyche. That is, you can't get any more Yorkshire than drinking our tea. This level of brand affinity hasn't been replicated by PG or many other brands that I can think of. If you look at PG's not so recent marketing efforts, they really do fall short. They haven't made an advertisement since January 2020. The advertisement, named Cuppers Taste Better Together, encourages people to check on their friends, neighbours and family and share that moment with a cup of PG tips.
Together forever and never to part. Together forever we do. And don't you know I will move heaven and earth.
You won't recognise that it's a PG Tips ad until the very end, and it's rather ironic given that family gatherings are currently not permitted in the UK due to the pandemic. But overall it provides a good message. Which brings me back to Yorkshire Tea. You see, they have exploited this opportunity with their latest advert, introducing the socially distanced teapot.
Your page 2's fine, right? Go to page 4. It's the same picture as page 2.
Okay, so this probably isn't the answer. But however you do it, please enjoy your proper brew safely when you're back at work.
A quirky take on office tea consumption during the pandemic, and this advert follows exactly in line with what you'd expect from Yorkshire Tea by now. It seems that PG Tips have lost their mark on their consumers, and their marketing campaigns aren't very effective in the modern era. This lack of attention doesn't surprise me. In early 2020, rumours circulated about Unilever cutting PG Tips from their portfolio. Either way, only the strongest brands will survive. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and stay tuned for more content.